All right. So, the story I have here is Dozer's Run by Debbie Levy with the help of Rosanna Panza, illustrated by David Opie. Now, Dozer's Run is a story about a dog, Dozer. He begins, in his backyard with his friend Chica, the dog that lives at his home with him. It's a Sunday. They're out adventuring, doing their daily rituals, and investigating different scents. And they spot runners running by. Dozer decides that he wants to see what all the runners are running after. So he follows after. He makes his way past so many different runners, smelling so many different things. And eventually, Dozer decides that he should probably head back home and eat his breakfast. But as he turns around, he sees how happy all of the runners are, and they greet him as he's making his way back. Dozer then decides that he's going to turn around and finish out the race just to see what the runners are running towards. On his journey, he tries to make the run fun by games of chase and tag. At one point he stops and cools himself down with a drink. He tries to motivate some of the different runners and get them to take those extra steps they need to make their way to the finish line. And before he knows it, Dozer is hearing all sorts of applause and cheering and people being excited, and he realizes that he is at the finish line and he's found what he's looking for. Once he crosses, though, he sees all the high fives and the applause and how excited and happy everybody is for the runners being presented with medals, but Dozer has no one there for him. So he turns around and decides to make his way back home. Morning turns to afternoon, and afternoon turns to evening, and still, Dozer is alone. He's got no leader to follow. So, the following morning, Monday, his family is out calling Dozer's name, as they've been searching for him since Sunday when he left the yard. And they keep calling and calling until they notice that there's this thing laying at the end of the driveway that they think is just a dirty rag. But then that rag moves and shakes and it gives a slight bark, and they realize it's Dozer and he found his way home. Dozer then makes his way to the barn and he eats his breakfast, and then he sleeps for 2 whole days. Once he and Chica get back to their normal daily rituals, 2 men show up and award Dozer with a medal and the high fives that he sought all along during the race. The story's super cool. The illustrations are wonderfully done. Illustrator David Opie does a really good job of capturing all the different expressions that runners would have during a race like that, and does a really good job with Dozer himself. It's based on a true story, which makes it even better. I think it's really good for kids to read something like this because it gives them the insight and into how important it is to motivate those around you and to push them to do better and to do work harder. Because everybody needs that extra bit of motivation every now and then. As far as classroom activities go, I think it'd be really cool, just to take the kids out and have them run around a track and see what it feels like and see how it is to have those around you that can help you finish something that may be difficult like that. Another activity that might be cool is just to have them share a time in their life when they needed the extra help and somebody was there for them, and then maybe have them illustrate that particular moment and share with the class.